I'm back with you in another video, and today I'm going to talk about Spartans and how MGTOW can shadow the Spartans. Basically, Spartans were MGTOW of the ancient world. They're the mightiest warriors of all time. And I'm going to tell you some of the history about them, especially when it comes to his relationships. But when they were 7 years old, they left their parents to fight in Agogi. Agogi, I think is what it's called. It was basically a military training camp to make them better warriors. To basically, what they were actually used for as a pawn to help scare the Helites in the community to make sure they didn't cause a revolt or anything like that. So that's what they did. And when they were, this is how they viewed marriage though. The Spartans viewed marriage a totally different way than any organization that I know of. Well, when they were 18 years old, they went out and raped women. That's how they got married, by raping a woman. So they didn't have any long-term relationships with her. No. And back then, the government actually didn't penalize men for having kids with them. That's the slightest difference. But today, we cannot rape women. It's totally against the law. You can't rape them. Most of the time, you can't even touch them. But at the same time, you don't want to be scared. You don't have to be scared to talk to them. Because I hear a lot about the Me Too movement, sexual harassment. Technically, you have to talk to the same woman over and over again in a certain amount of time for her to claim harassment in a way for you to go to jail. You see, cops these days are going to need evidence for their stuff. So you shouldn't be scared of talking to women. You don't have to be scared of that. But you want to stay off that plantation. And the best way to stay off the plantation is to follow the Spartan way of life. If you think 95% of yourself as a self-development, try to make yourself better, and 4% of trying to make other people better, think about others too, try to help them out, and 1% of a woman, well, you're going to get a situation where the only time you're going to have for her is sex. That's it. I mean, you're not trying to put the women down or anything like that. You don't have to. But only time you're going to have time for her is sex. Protected sex to make sure you don't have kids. That's it. That's basically what they did in ancient Sparta. They made themselves better. Then they spent that 1% of time having sex. Then they returned, train. So that'll guarantee you to stay off that plantation. If you try to have a long-term relationship with a woman, taking 95% of yourself, 4% of others, and 1% of her, she's going to eventually leave you. And I was the same thing with money. Let's say think of 95, I'll say 97% of yourself, 2% of others, because yes, you want to try to help other people too, because there's need for help. Some people do need help, 2% of them, and 1% of the women on the minimum wage salary. It's not going to leave a lot of money for that peace leave. It's going to leave hardly nothing, so you can preserve most of your money. But I was getting back to the Spartan way of life. He wrote a book, and I agree, but he's not completely a modern day Spartan. I'm going to tell you why. But one point of the book, he says, focus on your true north. Your self-development with your true north. Find a hobby that you can make money, that you can better yourself, and focus on that true north. It could be writing books. It could be playing music. Get a book published, get a song out there in the charts. Make a band, go out and do restaurants and make a band and play it. Those are MGTOW ways, man, because you're making your own way in life. Be a professional baseball player, professional golfer. I'm actually going to get into the golfing side of it because I think I have angles where I can tell people how to be a professional golfer. And they have opens too, U.S. Open, so you can actually try out for those. All you have to do is be a scratch golfer. So all those things are options. So that could be your true north, and you don't need to be putting down any women, and you don't need to be worried about what people say, and you'll be staying off that plantation because you simply won't have time. But here's two other things in this book. One thing Red Pill do really well, they should. 2 points. You delay gratification. I mean, you thinking that you're the best, you're better than everybody. It's not true. Because we all have talents. Every man is an equal. We're equals, man. Because you can do stuff better than I can. I can do stuff better than you can. You might be stronger than I am. I might be faster. I mean, we're all equals in this world. But living the red pill philosophy, we have an opportunity to catch up to what the blue pills are doing, because they're desperately simping for that peace leave. They're desperate, and red pills are not desperate. We do not put women on a pedestal. So on that, this guy is the author, whoever created this. The Spartan race, this product, that's MGTOW way. He made his own path in life. So he was a man going his own way in that aspect. But he got married, and the wife is going to slow him down. Even if it's a good wife, even if it's a good woman, they're going to require time, man. And they're like scorpions. They will sting you eventually. But, like I said, those stings you can put up with. But it will slow you down. But if you're a red pill man, you don't have to worry about those strings and go a little bit further. So that's the philosophy I have in life.